you may have heard of a little engine called Icebreaker. It's in the Snowpiercer graphic novels. Got me thinking, like in the TV show, we have another engine called Big Alice. Were the two related? Let's compare and take a look. Welcome to Lore Haven. We're a channel dedicated to exploring and explaining the lore of some of our favorite movies and TV shows. I'm very glad you're here and checking out this video. So I have yet to finish the third and final graphic novel named Terminus. It's in the Snowpiercer series. But the first two actually had me thinking about Icebreaker. And before we dive into the similarities of Icebreaker and Big Alice, I want to explain what both trades are and what they do. So Big Alice, it was a prototype engine made by Wilford Industries. It's only in the TV show, and it's an engine that carried and contained supplies and parts for Snowpiercer. And it was meant to be a testing ground for what would later become Snowpiercer itself. And of course, you know, Wilford drives this engine and eventually latches on to Snowpiercer, and we know how the rest goes. Icebreaker, on the other hand, was actually called Snowpiercer 2 in the graphic novel Explorers, which is part 2 of Snowpiercer. And it's actually referred to by both names in the graphic novel. And at the beginning, actually, there's a child who recalls, I was 12, living in what was then called the lower class. The Icebreaker was carrying along the tracks as usual. And then the next box says, this was Snowpiercer 2, a high-tech luxury train built for extreme weather conditions. To be precise, an icebreaker. So that's where we get it. So why was it called Snowpiercer 2? Well, the first Snowpiercer train actually had its rear cars disconnected. This was when the president and colonel of the train decided to dump the back half of the train, which, you know, obviously caused a little battle to break out, and windows of the train cars actually shattered because of gunfire. And here's the interesting part. So passengers on board the Icebreaker, they were afraid and always in fear that the first Snowpiercer would come back around and they would collide and hit and, you know, obviously perish. And, you know, it's a valid concern. But the council on board of the Icebreaker had a secret, and this was the secret. It was actually discovered that Icebreaker did, in fact, collide with Snowpiercer, and the engine of the first train was brought on board Icebreaker along with the sole survivor of that train, who had been driving it since. And although the council of the Icebreaker, they continued the myth that Snowpiercer had been out of control and still circling the world, this was so they could control and hold the people aboard in fear and, you know, continue to make the rules and such. So, is Icebreaker related to Big Alice? Well, not entirely, but also somewhat, as both trains were expected to hit and collide with Snowpiercer. This got me thinking that they were similar, and I can see where the TV show definitely got inspired to create Big Alice. And, you know, I still need to dive into Terminus so I can finish the series and start on the prequel graphic novels to find out what happened before the extinction event. And yes, very excited to explore that side of the world for sure. And that brings this video to an end. If you enjoyed the video and are also a fan of the Snowpiercer series, whether it be the TV show, the movie, or the graphic novels, or all of the above, drop a like and subscribe. It would definitely help me immensely in figuring out whether to continue diving into Snowpiercer lore or move on to something else more popular. But I would definitely and greatly appreciate it and be thankful if you did. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.